Welcome to our exploration of the bold and the beautiful, a dramatic tale of passion, betrayal, and redemption. Today, we'll delve into a compelling storyline involving Will, Luna, and Electra that showcases the complex nature of human relationships and the consequences of momentary temptation. In recent episodes, we witnessed Luna making bold advances toward Will by appearing before him in lingerie, attempting to seduce him. Despite feeling physically attracted to her, Will initially demonstrated restraint and rejected her advances. This moment highlights an important life lesson. Though we may be surrounded by temptations in this world, we cannot pursue every desire that crosses our path. Will's initial resistance demonstrates his character and commitment to his relationship with Electra. However, even with his outward rejection of Luna's advances, Will was not completely immune to her seduction. The lingering effect of Luna's temptation subtly influenced his subsequent actions and decisions. The power of temptation often works this way. Even when we consciously resist, it can leave an impression that affects our judgment later on. Following this encounter with Luna, Will sought out Electra with renewed physical desire. He approached her with intimate intentions, expressing his wish to make love to her. However, Electra wasn't ready for this level of intimacy at that moment and communicated her boundaries clearly. This interaction reveals the importance of timing and mutual consent in relationships, as well as the need to respect a partner's readiness. Will's disappointment at Electra's response created a vulnerable moment for him. In his state of unfulfilled desire, his thoughts returned to Luna and her explicit availability. Rather than processing his disappointment maturely or respecting Electra's boundaries, Will made the fateful decision to contact Luna. This critical moment shows how momentary frustration can lead to impulsive decisions with far-reaching consequences. The arrangement between Will and Luna quickly escalated as they agreed to meet at a hotel. Just as they were about to engage in intimate relations, Electra burst into the room, catching them in the compromising situation. The timing of Electra's arrival was no coincidence, as we later discover. This dramatic confrontation scene represents the climactic exposure of betrayal that changes the trajectory of all three characters. Electra's reaction was one of profound disappointment and heartbreak. She immediately expressed her desire to end their relationship, unable to comprehend how Will could betray their emotional connection for a moment of physical gratification. Her words cut deep as she articulated how Will's actions had shattered her trust and expectations of their relationship. This moment powerfully illustrates how trust, once broken, can be extraordinarily difficult to rebuild. Will was initially confused about how Electra knew exactly where to find them. His bewilderment reveals his lack of awareness about the manipulation occurring around him. As the truth emerged, it became clear that Luna had secretly arranged for Electra to arrive at that precise moment. This revelation exposes Luna's calculated plan to destroy Will and Electra's relationship. Luna's scheme succeeded in its immediate goal, causing a rift between Will and Electra. She took satisfaction in witnessing their relationship crumble before her eyes. Luna's character represents how desire can sometimes transform into destructive manipulation when it becomes obsessive. Her actions demonstrate the lengths to which some people will go to obtain what they want, regardless of the emotional damage inflicted on others. However, Luna's victory was short-lived and incomplete. What she hadn't anticipated was Will's reaction following the confrontation. Rather than turning to Luna after losing Electra, Will experienced a moment of clarity and remorse. He recognized the gravity of his mistake and the true nature of Luna's character. This realization led him to make a clean break from Luna, refusing all further contact with her. Will's awakening shows how sometimes it takes a significant mistake for us to recognize toxic influences in our lives. With his newfound clarity, Will directed all his energy toward seeking Electra's forgiveness. He approached her with genuine remorse, acknowledging his error in judgment and promising never to disappoint her again. His plea for reconciliation demonstrates his understanding of the value of their relationship compared to a momentary physical encounter. Will's efforts to make amends reflect the difficult path of redemption after betrayal. The storyline leaves viewers wondering whether Electra will find it in her heart to forgive Will. Can trust be rebuilt after such a fundamental breach? Is Will truly capable of honoring his promises moving forward? These questions touch on universal themes of forgiveness, redemption, and the possibility of second chances in relationships. Meanwhile, Luna's character arc remains unresolved. Having failed to secure Will despite her elaborate scheme, viewers are left to wonder whether she will accept defeat or devise new plans to win him over. Luna's potential for further manipulation adds tension and uncertainty to the ongoing narrative. Her character embodies the persistent nature of temptation and obsession that can continue to threaten relationships even after initial resistance. This storyline, from the bold and the beautiful, masterfully explores the fragility of trust in romantic relationships. It demonstrates how quickly a stable relationship can be undermined by momentary weakness and external manipulation. The narrative also examines the aftermath of betrayal from multiple perspectives: the betrayed partner's pain, the betrayer's remorse, and the manipulator's temporary satisfaction followed by disappointment. The triangle between Will, Electra, and Luna represents classic dramatic elements that have captivated audiences throughout the history of storytelling. Will embodies the flawed protagonist who makes a serious mistake but seeks redemption. Electra represents the wronged party faced with the difficult choice between forgiveness and self-protection. Luna portrays the temptress archetype whose schemes bring chaos but ultimately fail to provide lasting satisfaction. Beyond the immediate drama, this storyline invites viewers to reflect on their own relationships and moral boundaries. It raises questions about fidelity, temptation, forgiveness, and the consequences of our choices. How do we respond when tempted? What does it take to rebuild trust once it's broken? Can genuine remorse lead to meaningful change? These universal questions give the narrative relevance beyond mere entertainment. The setting of the hotel room as the site of both betrayal and discovery serves as a powerful symbolic space in the storyline. Hotels often represent temporary escapes from reality and responsibility in dramatic narratives. In this case, the hotel becomes the stage for Will's momentary escape from his commitment to Electra, only to become the site of his most painful confrontation with reality. Luna's character development throughout this arc reveals layers of complexity. Her initial seduction attempts suggest someone simply attracted to Will, but her elaborate scheme to destroy his relationship indicates deeper motivations. Perhaps Luna's actions stem from a history of rejection or a belief that she deserves Will more than Electra does. This complexity makes her more than a one-dimensional villain and invites viewers to consider the psychological underpinnings of destructive behavior. Will's journey from temptation to betrayal to remorse follows a classic character arc that resonates with audiences. His initial resistance to Luna demonstrates his values, making his subsequent fall more dramatic and his eventual realization more meaningful. This transformation illustrates how even good people can make serious mistakes when influenced by desire and opportunity. Will's character reminds us that moral strength is not about never failing, but about how we respond when we do fail. Electra's position as the betrayed partner places her at an emotional crossroads. Her immediate reaction to end the relationship is understandable, but the storyline leaves open the possibility of reconciliation. Her character must navigate the difficult terrain between self-respect and forgiveness, between protecting herself from further hurt and opening herself to the possibility of healing. Electra's dilemma represents the challenging emotional work that follows betrayal in any relationship. The communication patterns between the characters reveal much about their relationships. Will and Electra's initial interaction about intimacy shows a relationship where boundaries can be expressed but where disappointment can lead to poor decisions. In contrast, Will and Luna's interactions are characterized by temptation and manipulation rather than honest communication. These different communication styles highlight the contrast between healthy and unhealthy relationship dynamics. The theme of consequences runs throughout this narrative. Will's momentary decision to meet Luna carries immediate and potentially lasting repercussions for all three characters. This storyline reminds viewers that our choices, especially in matters of fidelity and trust, can have far-reaching effects that we cannot fully anticipate. The dramatic confrontation scene serves as the culmination of these consequences, bringing all the hidden tensions into painful visibility. In conclusion, this compelling storyline from The Bold and the Beautiful offers viewers more than mere entertainment. It presents a nuanced exploration of human relationships, temptation, betrayal, and the possibility of redemption. Through the experiences of Will, Electra, and Luna, we witness the complex interplay of desire, trust, manipulation, and forgiveness that characterizes many human interactions. As the storyline continues to unfold, viewers will undoubtedly remain invested in these characters' journeys and the universal themes they represent. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth analysis of The Bold and the Beautiful. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the complex dynamics between Will, Luna, and Electra. If you appreciated this breakdown, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content exploring your favorite dramatic storylines. Until next time.